That is my pile of firewood. It was granted to me after I stripped the birch bark off of it, so do not wonder why I cut it into such small bits. What I did was I cut the log into sections according to the whim of the birch bark. And so I've got some short sections. They'll work well for fire circle firewood, so do not be afraid. I just completed my last of the season, unless somebody wants to request it, medicinal and edible plants. And I did it down here at the fire circle, which was what I wanted to do. I don't like to clinically discuss plants and the uses. I wanted to bring people down here, sit around the fire, talk about the medicine wheel, how things relate to the tribalism of European culture and Asian culture, Native American culture. As a whole, how we relate at a tribal level, the use of plants, the use of nature, of feeling grounded. That's important. Can't separate things into components. Well, you do. You have to separate things into components, but it helps to be a part of a whole. Interesting. I had 4 kinds of tea. I had a really, well, it wasn't tea because it was chilled. I made the tea last night. It was hot. And then put it in the refrigerator in my little quart jars. Welcome to August. It's a nice Mustang. Yeah, shiny object. Made birch bark tea, which is great. It actually has a natural sweetness. Nice thing about birch bark tea, aside from being just great and super easy to make, you just take bark and boil it. Somewhat related to how you make birch tar, same components most likely. It contains ASA. I'm going to pronounce it that way, ASA, ASA, which is on the pain medication spectrum, right next to willow bark. Doesn't contain as much, but people reportedly suffer less aches and pains due to middle-agedness, if you drink birch tea. Plus, it's darn good. I had a tea that was a mixture of wild ginger and Acorus calamus, or Acorus americana, works both the same way, which is an interesting flavor with a bit of a bite. And I like how these plants that have bite, are good for us because they have terpenes and saponins and all these other words that you're going to forget as well as I do. Let's see, I brewed chicory, which is a great bitter drink with a hint of chocolate. There's definitely a chocolatey flavor, and it's easy. I keep pushing it. Come on, get out there and dig dandelion roots and chicory and roast them and make a brewed drink out of them. They're very good. And, of course, good old lavender tea. The combination of these, or the combination of a couple, or just one, we're sitting there, our little group, and I heard, wow, I'm starting to feel something, which, isn't necessarily a good thing, but it was a good thing because comments were, yeah, I feel it too. I feel more alert, yet very relaxed, and that's good. These natural teas can do that to you. It's not like chamomile, which is a relaxant, but yeah, this side of buzzy, but in a good way. Also discussed other things, our relationship to things, our relationship in society. Discussed stupid things young people are doing nowadays. Now, I think of my stupid youth as an adventure. I would not do the same stupid things as I did when I was younger, but I'm glad I did them. I'm glad I did them because it completes your existence. You have to go through that stupid part of your youth. But man, I was told today by one of my participants that kids are doing these challenges, like they're eating Tide Pods. I thought that was just a joke, making fun of people that don't seem too bright on YouTube. They must have eaten Tide Pods. Kids have Tide Pod challenge. They're eating this crap, and they're taking aerosols and holding it and getting third-degree burns. I mean, what the heck is wrong with people nowadays? It was also brought up when we were talking about the value of being able to be self-sufficient and not necessarily just living off the land, but creating something and profiting from it and living as an individual in that way. How if you're self-sufficient, you're as a family, as a group, let's just say, I don't want to slam on anybody. I don't, because we all have different circumstances. But generally, if you are making it on your own in some ways, you feel better about yourself. And he related a story originally from Louisiana, maybe lived in Florida, but there was this neighborhood that there was this monkey that got loose. And the conservation people, the Department of Natural Resources, whatever, were going house door to door saying, I know this monkey is cute, this little wild creature, pet probably that was released, looks cute, don't feed it. Because as soon as you start feeding them and they get reliant upon you, they get violent. And he related it to us as people. If you're just getting stuff and you're not providing for yourself in any way, shape, or form, your whole scheme, because you're frightened, you have to rely on other people, you get frightened, and it creates a situation. Am I relating that to anything? No, it's just an interesting story. And that is that. I am a government employee. I'm from the government. I'm here to help you. We use acronyms. I came up with my own. EOP. EOP. It's not a rap song. End of programming, and that's next week. I completed my third and final, although the second one was rained out, wild plant talk, discussion around a fire circle. It was fun to get together. I have to make fairy house things for my wife because she's got a fairy house workshop on Monday. We've got our final, not third, but final kids program on Wednesday, and then I've got a telescope program on Friday. So it's push, 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 along with talking to happy visitors and keeping the ones that are kind of problematic reined in, which is always fun, and it's more of an issue in August for some reason. July people are more mellow. August visitors are just rushing. And with that, what if I got poison ivy? I don't know, I'm starting to break out a little bit. Big deal. I shall say adieu and continue upon my happy path, putting this stuff into my lean-to because we're supposed to get some rain. Have a good one. Thank you for watching, and bows are coming soon. EOP is next Friday.